funny. Hey, look, there's a roasted deer sitting right there. This attack is an utter outrage. All right, so Aranka sounds familiar. Thank you, stranger. The girl does not look the least bit scared. Her cheeks are flushed and her blue eyes are glittering. For saving us from the demons and for your timely entrance, I swear, I don't know who has raged me more today, the demons or the oh so affable master of this house. I'm a friend of Ilk's. He asked me to find you and protect you. Okay, this is for the Starward Gaze. Okay. Ilks is alive and he made a brilliant new friend? It's a shame it had to happen now when the city's under siege by the demons and those pig-headed inquisitors are pursuing us instead of doing something useful. How'd you end up here? Holrun's hounds found me in Wallflower and they tried to capture us. I distracted them and then I lost them in the streets before charming my way into this party. Even if the Inquisitors saw where I went, they wouldn't have been allowed past the door. Holrun holds no sway among certain members of his aristocracy. So I picked a good place to lie low. That is, until the demon showed up. Hey. Darren says, now that's more like it. So I have inadvertently been harboring a traitor wanted by the Canopus Inquisition? This day wasn't such a waste after all. Vonatar says, hey, Bog Otter, I'll pay you to DM a one-shot for me. All right. 19,500. How's that? That'd be cool, though. That'd be cool to be a dungeon master who can, like, sell spots for one-shot campaigns. Professional dungeon master. Do you know where the third of your group is? Wallflower? No idea. If he knows about the demon attack, he won't just hide away. He'll go out and try to help people. If he doesn't know, well, you have no chance of finding him. He's a pretty skilled mage, but I doubt he'll risk using magic. He'll probably do something the Inquisitors won't expect. Pose as someone, disguise himself. We had a great selection of masquerade costumes in the temple. I know, I'll tie my shawl around your arm. Wallflower gave it to me. He'll spot it right away and know you're a friend. If I were you, I'd look for him in Canopus Market Square. We already went through Market Square. All right, but now we've got Aranka's shawl. You know someone who DMs as a job? That's pretty cool. Yeah, if I could go back and tell myself, my teenage self, get out of here. If I could tell my teenage self that eventually, like, there would be professional dungeon masters either streaming on Twitch or doing shows like Critical Role or just in general, if I knew that that was like an option at some point, I would have focused more on Dungeons and Dragons and that kind of stuff, because that was all I wanted to do back then. Yeah, I even entered a contest that Wizards of the Coast put out probably close to, I don't know, 15, 16 years ago or something like that. They were looking for the next person to come up with a campaign setting, and you were going to create basically a 200-page like Bible of your world. And I entered that contest. And one of the people that I went to high school with was actually a finalist in that contest. Didn't win, but the person who won went on to create the Eberron campaign setting. Yeah. Okay, so now we got this shawl. Tell me about yourself. I'm Aranka, traveling bard and follower of Desna. Many of my fellow bards are rootless misfits who wander the world unwilling to or unable to live a normal life. For me, that's only partly true. I have a wonderful family, mother, father, grandmother, brother. Right now, they're all far away, and I'm sure they miss me, but they have always supported me in my vocation and let me be free to roam, because they knew that I couldn't be happy while there was so much world I hadn't explored. A bard! That's great. I love singing. Will you sing me a song? Aranka smiles. Sorry, I don't think this is a good time for me to sing a long, sweeping epic, but I will gladly sing for you another time. What can you tell me about the master of the house? Um, Marauder, you remember a guy in high school who DM'd every day at lunch? Every day a different player bought him lunch? Really? Interesting. He's an exec at Microsoft now. That's really cool. That was me. We had a, I remember in high school we had a stay overnight. There was like an overnight charity volleyball thing that our school was doing. And so you could kind of just stay at the school all night with your friends. And I brought all my D&D stuff and I ran a D&D game during it. People are playing volleyball all night. I'm like, come play D&D. Yeah. What can you tell me about the master of the house? About the count? I've wanted to smash a jug over his head about 5 times today already. He just brings that feeling out in people. It's one of his main talents. Other than that, well, you've probably already heard about the Arunde family. All I can say is that the count's servants flee this place like rats from a sinking ship. No one ever stays here long enough, even though he pays them extravagantly. I even heard one of his servants complain that he always feels uneasy in the count's home, like someone is watching him. Unseen eyes staring at the back of his head, even if his back's to the wall, even if he turns around. I don't know if I believe all these tales, but I'm just telling you what I've heard. Hey, Tulip, what's up? Walter says, yeah, that's the word on the street, too. This mansion is the tastiest morsel in the whole city, but all the thieves are afraid to even set foot in the street. Are you deliberately talking as if I'm not here? Excellent. Like any polite host, I shall return the favor and act as if you're not here either. Why did you decide to break into the Wardstone and cast magic on it? You put your lives at risk. Your information could have been a trap set by the demons. But it wasn't a demon trap. You know, living next to the World Wound and seeing the powerlessness of the Crusaders, it's very hard. We've been trying to defeat the demons for 100 years now, and we've got nothing to show for it. I think that Queen Galfrey and the other leaders think that we can defeat evil if we line up our soldiers in perfect columns and send them off marching with stirring battle cry. We just need a few more soldiers, a little more discipline, but we've been marching for 100 years, and it's always 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Lunch? Yeah, I would like some lunch. Yeah, I'll take a break in a little bit whenever it's ready. And while the soldiers are marching, people like Holrun are seizing power behind their back. His fanaticism and cruelty were forged in the same furnace as the Crusaders' righteousness. We will never defeat the demons if we keep trying to march down the same path. We need to change tack, to challenge our principles, trust our hearts and our friends, and not moldering doctrines. We need to listen to any entity that is willing to help us. My friends and I listened, and we trusted, and we tried to change something. At least we tried, even though it didn't work out. Great idea. Marching in straight lines won't work, so let's go attack the demons in a merry band of hopers and dreamers brimming with enthusiasm and doing just whatever we feel like. When the demons see us coming, they'll die of hysterics, and our victory will be complete. Naive children, that's what you are, but I admit your words stir something in my soul. I wouldn't put you in charge of a military campaign, but I'd be proud to fight alongside you. Can you go somewhere safe on your own? It looks like the Inquisitors aren't busting down the door just yet, and they're not hiding under the bed, so I think I'm safe for now. I'll be fine on my own. I'll go to our temple, to Ilks. The Inquisitors must have searched there by now. They won't go back there a second time. All right. So we met Aranka, and we got her shawl. Do I have to put the shawl on? No. Okay. The Desna adept gave you this indigo shawl to mark you as a friend. Okay. And there she goes. Knowledge World 14 DC. Here we go.
Trivial.
Yes. The intricate patterns on the harp depict the stars, the moon, and butterflies, the hallmarks of the goddess Desna. All right, so we got the courtesans, drunk noble. All right. Thank you for saving me. Oops. What's for lunch today? I think it's Chinese leftovers, yeah. I'm excited. It was my birthday dinner yesterday. We got Chinese food. Drunk nobles. Knowledge World. Come on, Woljif, make the roll. You got this.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Yeah. Portrait of Galfrey Mendev, ruler of the kingdom and founder of all crusades into the world wound. All right. Mobility difficulty class 18. Let's see what we can find.
Just don't blame me.
2 hours passed? No. Reload.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Yeah. Oh, area exit, but we got this wiggler. Cold iron masterwork scimitar. Alchemist fire. Studded leather. Alright, take this, and this. Alright, anything I'm missing here? I think we got everything, right? Alright. So this is where I was, Thorny Subject. The Arunde Party House. Party. Oh my goodness, we got Worm's Mansion. Required companions. I guess we could go around the market square and try to flag down Wallflower. Right? Do we just have to have the shawl on us and walk around? This place is huge, though. I'm curious, what do these taste like? I got this little D20 tin of candies. They're little health potions. Look at that, little health potions. Like sweet tarts. This zone, though, holy crap. It was Starward Gaze, right? The beautiful bard Aranka has found refuge in the city, blah, blah, blah. She's unlikely to give us, but she can, blah, blah, blah. Aranka the bard and Desna offered a shawl that will mark its wearer out of a friendship, okay? Fallhead, probably, blah, blah, blah. Market Square. This is Market Square. I'm just kind of wandering around aimlessly here. Where did this loot come from? What? Bog, you just passed him. I did? The eyes of a young lad peer out from under a massive helmet. At this proximity, it's obvious this armor is ill-fitting and mismatched, and the helmet specifically is either very poorly made or a theater prop. Pardon me, I saw that you have that shawl. I thought that he was gonna shout out to me. Does that mean you're a friend of Aranka's? What I'm saying? Of course it does. So? Inquisitor. The young man's speech is interrupted by the arrival of a new cast of characters. People in the robes of Iomede's Inquisitors appear from all sides surrounding him. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm gonna take a break and eat that in a second. I've got leftover Chinese food. Leftover Chinese food.
Be careful, okay?
All right. Thanks. Mirage says, I know from experience you can spend quite a lot of time looking for him otherwise. He's literally right there. How funny is that? What dish do I have? I have chicken fried rice and chicken cashew. All right. Adepthal of the Temple of Desna, you are under arrest on suspicion of treason and aiding the demons. You have 1 minute to come quietly, drag your feet, and we'll count that as an attempt to resist justice. Oh, Holrun is here. And here's the traitor who almost corrupted the Wardstone with his magic. You didn't think that the disorder and demonic presence in the city would distract us from pursuing traitors, did you? The youth's eyes go wide and he says nothing, clearly not knowing what to do. Demons are running amok all over Canabras. Now is not the time for settling scores. On the contrary, now is the perfect time to catch the demons' accomplices while they're overconfident in letting their masks slip. You are torturing this poor boy for nothing. I can't stand for this. The Inquisitor brow furrows. You bear the gift of heaven and you're taking the side of a delinquent and conspirator? You performed a good action. Requires angel mythic path. Reveal the light of heaven. Heaven knows not only righteous anger, but mercy as well. Arresting and interrogating this man is your right, but treat him fairly. Your paranoia has poisoned your mind. I've had enough of this. I'm gonna reveal the light of heaven. Holrun, the Inquisitor, gazes at the light, not even blinking. His face reveals a desperate inner struggle. At last, he rubs his temples. I do not know why you are standing in the way of justice, but I do not wish to start a spat between the goddess's righteous warriors in this hour of peril. Let this Desnan Riffnaff go wherever he likes, just as long as it's out of my sight. When we liberate the city from the demons, I will see to it that every one of our Ramians runts and everyone like him will be driven out of Canabras. Come, faithful, we have no further business here. This guy totally reminds me of Javert. If you guys are familiar with Les Mis, the musical. He's Javert. He's like, all he sees is the law. Yeah, blindly faithful. He thinks he's in the right completely. This is just blatantly unfair. We try to protect the city from demons, and instead of helping us, we get hunted by the Inquisitors. Prelate Holrun will be the death of us all, and there's nothing we can do about it. Anyway, thank you. I had been done without you. You brought it upon yourself, and you deliberately incurred the wrath of the Inquisition has gone too far. I'm glad I didn't let them take you. That's it. I don't believe I'll get a fair hearing from Holrun. If it wasn't for you, I would have been tortured and put to death. But even so, I have my regrets. I think we went too far trying to break into the Wardstone, and we didn't even save anyone. Chin up, pal. Now you're screwed up royally, no doubt, but you meant well, didn't you? Holrun was trying to do the same as you, but he killed a whole lot of people while doing it. Is that some kind of competition to find the most useless crusader? And you have appointed yourself the judge, have you? The most useless crusader contest? I think you mean the whole damn history of the Crusades. And the judge, it ain't me. It's Descari. If you care to take a look around, he's already announced the results. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go to the Temple of Desna. I want to be alone with the goddess and reflect on all that's happened. All right. And that's where the bard said she was going too, right? Okay. Oak's the first one is waiting for news in the ruined Temple of Desna. And is that here in this zone? I don't remember. Is the ruined Temple of Desna here? Yes, it is. Top left of the map. Thank you. I wonder if we're going to get into fights along the way. Save. Whiteling, thanks for following. People say the movie is terrible. And Les Mis? Well, there's several movies. The Hugh Jackman movie, as a longtime fan, my favorite musical of all time is Les Miserables. I've seen it, I think, 3 times on Broadway. Huge fan of it. I know over half of that 3-hour musical by heart. I actually liked the movie with Hugh Jackman. I really did. Yeah, I actually really did. There's also one with John Malkovich and Gerard Depardieu, I think, which was pretty good. Not as good, yeah. No, not Liam Neeson. Yes, on my own, pretending he's beside me. Sorry to necro the conversation, but I was massively into D&D in the 80s and 90s. Wanted to make it your job, hence paid DMing. Yeah? No, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. If I knew back then what I know now, that eventually it would be a job, I probably would have focused on that more. Go. Oh, we have to wait for somebody. What the hell? Where was he? What was he doing? Leftover birthday dinner is always good. I know. Yeah, for my birthday yesterday, I was like, Chinese food, please. And that's what we got. Yeah, what the hell was he doing all by himself? I wonder if I should talk to Ramian again. Let's see. I'm not gonna run. Kill me if you wish, but I ask you hear me out first. I can't imagine someone would go so far as to kill you, Ramian. Your gaggle of good little worshippers wouldn't allow such sacrilege to come to pass. Why didn't you think to seek refuge with me? I would have helped out of solidarity for a fellow Aasimar and to relive that one summer's eve. Darren smiles slightly wistfully. Oh my. Some juicy history between these two. Darren, the priest seems to have only just noticed your companion. You are traveling in unexpected company, but to answer your question, I never considered trying to save myself. I wanted to help the people of the city. I refused to idly wait out the storm just to amuse you. Not even for the sake of that one summer's eve. Yes, that is a common affliction among clerics, it seems. Now is no time for selfish pleasure. Our city is burning and the prelate has lost all reason. Okay. So we can do a lawful and attack him. We could do evil and say, let's go kill Holrun. I'm gonna tell him I managed to calm Holrun down a little, but he's still hellbent on driving you out of the city once the demon attack has been repelled. Okay, Ramian lowers his head. I suppose I should be pleased, but the idiocy, the injustice of it all, it makes my blood boil. I will leave Canabris, but not before we fight off the demons. No matter what happens, I thank you. Okay, I found and rescued your 3. The news already reached me. I'm deeply grateful. Now my heart can rest easy knowing they are safe. All right, another quest complete. Sweet. Making progress. I like that we always get 69 experience points for things. It's very nice. Okay. I also heard you achieved the impossible. You convinced Holrun to spare Thal. Of course, in the prelate's typical fashion, he vowed to run us out of the city once the demons have been dealt with. Stubborn old fool. But unfortunately, his word is law in the city. So we will indeed be leaving. But as long as the demons are here and the city needs our help, I won't be going anywhere. Okay, perfect. is nice, right? Exploding Moose, how's it going? So Irabeth, Tira Blade of the Eagle Watch is gathering survivors. You'd be very useful there. Commander Tira Blade? I do not know her personally, but her wife Anivia is a regular worshiper at her temple. I'd be glad to aid them in this fight. Yay! Okay, good. All right, is he disappearing? Shouldn't he be going? Go! Okay. I didn't get the little scratchy thing where it goes, updates a quest. It tells me who's been, look, he's not listed among the allies for a common cause. Did I do it wrong? I don't think I did it wrong. I'm just gonna trust that it's gonna be right eventually. Oh wait, he just disappeared. Okay, cool. Let's go inside for the 3 guys. If only we saved 2 more people. It would have been 5 guys. And then it would truly be a delicious experience. Okay, here's Aranka, Thal, and Ilks. Well, hello. Ilks, Aranka, and Thal sit side by side, like sparrows on a tree bench. They seem happy despite the chaos going on around them. If it isn't our rescuer, it's good that you've come. Sit with us. I said this the other day, but I'm going to repeat it for folks who might not have heard. It is so sad to me that you meet so many interesting, cool characters and they don't have portraits for them. It's so hard to know like what the race or what class, like what these characters look like, because you can't zoom in like any further than this, and it's all like just hard to see. It's so sad. I hope they eventually update this so that they all have portraits. But anyway, stopping for a minute won't hurt, so I'll gladly sit with you. Let's do that. We decided to give you a gift, a special gift, one that we would never share with anyone except for the person who risked his life for ours, who didn't just take a stand against evil, but against injustice under the guise of the law. Our gift, Aranka cuts in, is a song. We call it Starward Gaze, and it came to us from the true servants of Desna from her domain in Elysium. This song can gift a soul with renewed vitality. Just listen. We earned a song? I hope they actually sing it. Yeah, all right, let's see. Bulger says, do I get a gift? Can I swap my song for something else? Say cash or even a snack of some kind? Yeah, I'll take a look at the brightness in a second. You love that song? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Vonatar says, I love when you play CRPGs the most, Bog Otter. Well, thank you, Vonatar. That's encouraging to hear, because there's some of my favorite games to play, and I sometimes question how much should I stream them. Yeah. Golmix says, agreed. A lot of the characters are kind of forgettable because that you have no voice or no picture to associate them with. Yes, it's very difficult. And they don't even describe, like, well, they might describe it like at one point who they are, but it's really hard without having that kind of reference, something to reference, unless you were taking notes or you, I don't know, just happen to remember. We could sing the song after Aranka or listen in silence. I'm gonna sing it after her. You repeat the melody, feeling it coming from somewhere within your heart, and then when the music stops, Tyrannus finds himself in a place that looks nothing like the ruins of Canabris. It all happens in the space of a blink. He closes his eyes on one world and reopens them on another one entirely. A delicate twilight envelops his new world, with streaks of moonlight breaking through the gloom. Tyrannus is standing in a shallow stream of murmuring water deep in a forest. There's no one else around. Garlands of unfamiliar climbing plants twine around the trunks of gigantic trees, and dangling from their branches are vines woven into what look remarkably like swings. A carpet of fragrant grasses spreads out at the tree's roots, with islands of phosphorescent moss and lichen dotted here and there. Small, smooth stones with a strange mirrored surface are scattered across the stream bed in which Tyrannus is standing. The stones catch the light shining down from the heavens, making them gleam silver, and making the ordinary little brook look like a stream of darkness carrying a sprinkling of stars through the night. Tyrannus is sure that he has never been to this place before, and yet it all feels so familiar. It's the manifestations, not of dreams or fantasies, but of that special way of looking at the world that only children possess. Wow, it's like the manifestation of the child's perspective. Wow. Can I read more? Yes. When a glint of light reflected off a piece of glass becomes a fallen star, when an oddly shaped stone can be remarkably artifact, and when every shadow or twist in a path promises mystery or an incredible adventure, a single glance into the forest stream brings this feeling rushing back. Realizing this, Tyrannus unhurriedly makes his way along the stream bed, taking in his surroundings, clambers up the nearest tree to play on a vine swing, or seeks a way to dispel the suspicious illusion and track down whoever cast it. Huh. I'm gonna play on the vine swing. The stream of star stones babbles away below. The swing begins to move gently, arcing up and smoothly down again. What lies behind the thrill that this simple pastime gives mortals? Is it the sensation of weightlessness? The hunger for freedom and flight? Whatever it may be, Tyrannus quickly realizes that he's no longer alone. They come closer, not attempting to hide, stepping lightly on the mossy carpet, leaping from branch to branch, or flitting through the air. The creatures are thoroughly bizarre, as though they were deliberately conceived to try the sanity of every taxonomist on the planet. One has the fluttering wings of a butterfly on its back, another has the tail of a dozen different animals, while a third boasts tresses of streaming water, hooves instead of feet, and springy clover growing all over its skin. "We have a visitor!" exclaims one of the strange creatures, and it immediately pushes the swing, helping it pick up speed. All right, so we got three fairy type things. Fairy creatures. Look at the one with like 1,000 different tails. That's really bizarre. Okay. See, at least now we can kind of get a sense of what the characters look like when they do this. Yeah, Tarzan. Golomancy would try 3. You didn't see this because you didn't want to pick the chaotic option. I almost didn't pick it too for that exact reason. Isn't that weird? See, I was playing a lot of Kingmaker, and I'm sorry I'm interrupting this, but we'll get right back to this. I played Kingmaker a lot this weekend, and I kept having the thought, it is so easy to miss stuff while I was playing this weekend. Okay, because I was referring to like a guide here and there when I was playing Kingmaker, and like I like kept having to go back to places I had just gone because I'm like, I can't believe I almost missed that. And on one hand, like, I don't know if a way to solve that. It feels bad because I don't want to miss anything, but it's really because these games are so elaborate. And it's actually kind of one of the appeals of the game is like that there's so many different characters that you can have join you, and there's quests that succeed and sometimes they fail, and like, it's weird. It gives you a lot of detailed different experiences. You guys are watching me play and seeing things that weren't in your playthrough, and probably there's stuff that you're doing that I'm missing. Like, that should be really, really good, but why does it sometimes feel so bad? I don't know. I was wrestling with that this weekend, whether or not, like, I don't know if I'm making sense, but whether or not there's anything they can do about that so that you can get it all, the whole thing, or is it you just have to kind of train yourself to be okay with missing stuff? Like, I will have my experience with this game, and it's not going to be the same as everyone else's, and I think that's kind of what makes it interesting to talk about with other people. Yeah. Three Koala says you can sit in silence and she asks you to sing along, then if you decline you miss it forever, so you have to actively pass it up. She hints strongly at the singing. Okay, got it. And Golomancy still said no. Nah, the other guy says, wait, there's something after character creation? Come on, you have to be playing by now. Hey, but if you enjoy the character creation and you never really get into the game much, then it could be worth it too. Just have fun making characters. Yeah. Langlo, been playing this game for 100 hours plus for one outcome. Doesn't excite me to play through a second time just for another outcome personally. Yeah, well, I'm not suggesting you have to play it multiple times either, because I agree with you. Who has time to play like a 100 plus hour game more than once? Not many people. My dad used to do it. My dad played some wizardry games like 8 or 9 times through. He would like memorize them. But so I'm not saying that you should play it multiple times, but rather to be okay with your one playthrough not seeing everything. You just have your own unique experience with it. Yeah. When you have mythic paths that diverge so drastically, you will not have the same playthrough. True. Exploding Moose, you personally, you're a completionist, so missables drive you insane. Okay. Yeah, it hurts me too. You know, and then missing companions completely. Like that's painful. Not even having the option to go back and get them, because that happened to Marauder in Pathfinder Kingmaker. She missed 2 characters completely. That's tough. Yeah. I was actually thinking in my head that, like, the only thing I can come up with as a possible solution would be you play through it once, right? And then if you play through it again, like, the choices that you didn't choose on your other playthrough would be a different color. In, like, if they can do that with, like, every single choice you have in the game and every piece of dialogue, they just color code the ones that you've done before. That could be interesting. Make it easy for me to choose different things the next time. I wonder if any game does that. Yeah. Oh, there's definitely missed content no matter what. Yeah, just like you're saying, you can choose the evil choice or a good choice. You're missing half of the outcomes. Yeah. What I tend to like doing when I'm playing offline just by myself, so I'm playing Kingmaker, I actually like to have, if you find a really good guide, one that like marks out spoiler text. I found a guide that has spoiler text, so you can kind of, you know, make sure you're not missing like hidden items and stuff like that while you're going through a map. And then it explains like the dialogue and the different choices that you make in the spoiler text. So what I like to do is save the game before these big conversations do what I think I would do, and then save it again, and then look at the spoiler tags of what the other options are, and then like correcting here or there if there was a better option. And that way I kind of feel like I know what all the choices are. But it's hard to do that with a game that like just comes out like this or while you're streaming. So it probably wouldn't be fun to do that while streaming, but this whole weekend I was doing that, and that makes it feel better because I don't feel like I'm missing anything. Yeah. You adore people who make guides like that? It must take forever, the amount of work. I literally go through these games and write like everything down. It's insane. Hi Cortana, what's going on? Welcome. All right, so these fairies appear and they start pushing my swing. Where am I? Who are you? How did I get here? Who are you? We are Azatas. Oh, this is one of the mythic paths. Oh, this is a cool one. Oh my god, these are cool. Azata are a race of benevolent celestials native to the plane of Elysium. Azatas are champions of freedom and goodness, and choose to travel the plains helping creatures in need and battling evil. Azatas do not believe that evil can be completely destroyed by methodical campaigns, instead devoting themselves to showing up where they're needed most and doing their best to help and then promptly leaving. Even though some think of Azatas as the most elf-like of the celestial races, many of them have animal, elemental, or even stranger features and body parts. Many take whimsical forms resembling the good fae with whom they are sometimes associated. Wow. Okay. You should not be watching, Azaria. Hey, if it makes you want to play. Azaria's been so into Guild Wars 2, she hasn't gotten far in this yet. All right, where am I? Don't you know where you are? Asked the creature in amazement. These are the plains of breathtaking beauty and the plains of astonishing wonders. But only Elysium is woven from the craving for beauty, from the belief in wonders. That is where you are, in the most peaceful and most wonderful corner of the plain of boundless freedom. We are Azatas, the children of freedom, says one of the creatures, carelessly swinging from the branches of his tree. This forest is our home for today. Tomorrow, our home could be a lake 100 leagues to the south, or to an underground cave in the azure ocean, or a castle in the clouds that scatters in the dawn breeze. How did I get here? Don't you know where you are? Oh, oops, it continued down here. We don't know how you came to be here, says the creature with the dozen tails, smiling. Mortals rarely come to Elysium during their lifetime, but here you are, which means that something must have brought you. Something in your soul. If your soul did not harbor even the slightest spark of freedom, yearning, and compassion, you never would have found your way here. Now that you know the answers, tell us. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? I have to go back. They need me there. I wish I could stay here forever. That's none of your business, freaks. I wish I could stay here forever. The creature with the butterfly wings, who has hit there too, remains silent, gives the visitor a serious look and nods to itself. I smell the burning blood and tears of the place you have come from. It clings to you. Your soul yearns for beauty and freedom. That is good. But the souls meant for Elysium would never turn their back on suffering and strife. You must return to where you came from, for now at least. But would you like to take something from this place as a memento? The question hangs in the air. And though the words that Tyrannus utters next are merely words, not a spell nor a military command, they seem to have equal bearing on destiny and life. Good. Requires a Zata mythic path. All right, here we go. This is our first step at possibly unlocking this as a choice. Waleed says, I love the scene and the music. It made me want to make an Azata Bard as a future playthrough. Yeah, totally does. All of the mythic paths for me, I would love to play all of them. Like, they all sound cool. And this one especially. And I love that they have a different, like, music theme. So the Trickster, when we had that, the Trickster had its own music. And the Azata theme now has their own. Yeah. Sylvan Sorcerer, that's what Azaria is playing. Azaria is playing a Sylvan Sorcerer. This would be perfect for that. Yeah. She has a Triceratops. Yes, I really want to. The Azatas draw closer. Take this memory with you. Take this light. Take the knowledge that any pebble struck by a moonbeam can be equal to any star. Take the understanding that you cannot fight evil with clever plans until you have conquered evil within your soul. And your soul cannot be cleansed of evil if it is not free. Take our song. Remember it, and may it help you, but only when you are true to that which brought you beneath the sky. This is cool as hell. Has she played much yet? No, she basically just created characters and just saw the opening party scene. That's pretty much it. Monkey Lawn Gnome says, my King player playthrough is a Sylvan Sorcerer, Face Speaker, Druid, Mystic Theurge. Rocking the Charisma 32 as Queen. Nice. That's awesome. They heard the music. Interesting. All right. What happened? For a second, you were surrounded by light, and then we heard music, like the music of Elysium itself. I had a vision. I was in Elysium, and the Azatas spoke to me. They're gonna think I'm crazy. I swear it's a sign that Desna herself has turned her gaze on you. Aranka says, you helped us and protected Wallflower from the Inquisitors, even though it wasn't your responsibility. The goddess couldn't fail to acknowledge such a noble soul. We might be getting ahead of ourselves here. There are many powerful entities in Elysium besides Desna, but of course, there must be a reason for it. I am so glad we met you, friend. And not just because I'd been tortured by the Inquisitors right now if we hadn't, but also because you helped me overcome my doubts. We will always remember you no matter what. Wow, these people really like us. Yeah. There we go. I got a wand of remove disease? That is awesome. That's like, those like items are awesome because nobody wants to like memorize cure disease, you know? You don't want to have to prepare that every day. I don't know where it is. There it is. Wand of remove disease.
Not my line of fashion.
Shh. Quiet. Talking about fashion. All right, that was awesome. The Nexus has several portrait packs. Yeah, you can find a whole bunch of portrait packs for this game. Jackie Jacob, thanks for following. Was I gonna look at the brightness? Where is the brightness? Gamma correction. Ugh. Ugh, it looks so ugly. Let's keep that. That still looks a little dark. I think it's just this room.
Godspeed.
This room is just dark. You got a portrait pack from Nexus with 375 portraits, plenty to pick from. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god, the weather. Save. Now, is that quest now complete? Yeah. So this one's all done. Sweet. 3, 2, 1 lightning's jump scare. True, that does scare the crap out of me. Does anybody... Is there anything else I should do here before I leave? I think we're good. Oh, the area exit's down there. How funny. You guys better go. You still feel a gut clench every time I see Bog's map and the unlooted items? Why? All these things? It's all junk. Yeah, like, I mean, this is the stuff. And you can always, like, just pick it up from here. It's not junk, it's oddly shaped, extra heavy gold. I mean, we are going, like, Wait, was that 825? Oh, no, that's what I have. I mean, we are going back to the main place soon. How much would it be if I collect all? Did it have to load if I collect it all? Oh, we went to heavy. Holy crap. That is huge. That's very bad. Can I drop stuff right here? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Or almost 23. Thanks for following. Yeah, that was a lot. 491 pounds of stuff. Yeah. Ugh. Why'd I do that? Drop 10 daggers. Drop 5 short swords. Wait, can I just reload? Reload before I did that. That's not necessary. If you're going past the merchant anyway, why not just dump everything off? But I have to travel. It would reduce my speed by 67%, right? And somebody's asking about the party speed depends on the weight your character carrying. I have that off. So is it actually encumbering me? Ormus, it's good to see you got into Guild Wars again with your guides. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for watching my videos. Welcome. So it shouldn't really matter too much, right? Pick it up and then you can hover over the weight bar and it should show you if it's affecting you, I think. Party encumbrance is map movement speed penalties too. So does that mean with that thing turned off, it should be fine? All right, screw it. I just collected it all. All right, then we're gonna start heading back up this way. Fallen horse. 2 hours. Okay. We're all fatigued, but we can make it. We can make it. We can do it. Oh, made it. So difficult. If you try and leave while encumbered, it'll tell you you can't travel. You can drop it all and then use the collect all in the leave screen, and that works. That's so weird. They'll probably fix that though. Okay, so we're back in town. Oh, that's right. You walk around alone in here. That's always so jarring. It's like, where's my people? All right. Return to the safe place. I forget what the place is called, but it's the safe place.